This question regards planning. The City Council has adopted a long-range general plan for the City of Merced. How familiar are you with the planning, with the general plan, and how would you go about ensuring that the city follows its long-range objectives? And we'll begin with Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, so I'm very familiar with the city's general plan, the 2030 general plan. It was one of the first things that I was able to take action on as a council member. I've served one term on the city council and was able to approve that general plan. And over the course of 5 years, I've had the opportunity to frequently refer back to that document as a guide for where we want to be long term. Not just where the city limits are, but where do we want to grow and where do we not want to grow. Recognizing that infill development is going to be critical to having a vibrant and healthy community, the type that we all want. And it's also, of course, a reference as requests are made to do a zone change. And there's a process for that. And understanding that there needs to be public input and opportunity for all sides to understand the impacts and allow the city council to weigh all aspects of that. So I'm very familiar with it, and am an advocate for following those long-range objectives that have been put in place.
Thank you. Mr. Pedroza.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the general plan. I've been talking about the general plan and working on the general plan since 2009 when I was elected. And, you know, one of the things that was important was the original footprint of the plan itself was environmentally unsustainable. And there's numerous people that I spoke with. In fact, one of them's in this room, Ms. Okuye in the back, I talked with about water sustainability and how we were going to plan for water to make sure that we're getting it out as far as the plan wanted to go. And so we pared it down significantly to make sure that we were looking at the long-range growth and the long-range plan for the City of Merced. I think that it's something that we need to stick to. I think that the reason why you have a plan is even though sometimes you may deviate from it, you have the options for people to come to Planning Commission and the City Council to ask for amendments or alternatives, but we keep that as a guide to ensure the growth and the positive growth in the City of Merced. You know, it was asked earlier, what's your vision for growth and how do you envision growth to be for the city? Well, you have a plan, you stick to that plan, but you look at it to make sure that you have that guiding principles in place so that as requests are brought to either the Planning Commission or City Council, we have that document that will prepare us to make the decisions we need.
Thank you. Mrs. Adams.
I am not on the council, so I am not very versed in the general plan, but I do know some about it. I also know that general plans are a guide, and it's good to stick with a guide, but within the next 5 years, we're going to be changing. Merced's growth is going to be much larger than it is. The UC population is going to be larger with our districts that we've gone to. There's going to be several different things. The high-speed rail coming in. There's going to be a lot of changes in Merced. Merced is growing and it's becoming more diverse. And in 5 years, that general plan may not work for us. With the drought, everything that's happening, there's a lot of things that could happen within 5 years. As we all know, when we're planning a trip, sometimes that trip gets deviated almost all the time. You can go, this is the places that we wanted to go, and these are the places that we wanted to see. And a lot of times we don't make it to everything, or we don't stay as long as we want. And that's kind of how a plan is. You have something in action that goes, yeah, it's a guide, but it's not in stone.
Thank you. Mr. Lohr.
Thank you. The General Plan 2030. During the council, city council members work on it, vote on it, adopt it. Now, General Plan 2030. We understand that Merced will certainly grow up north, but at the same time, don't forget that Highway 59, J Street, and Martin Luther King. We need to also work on that project also. We cannot just work on one part of the city, hope that everything's going to grow toward UC Merced and forget about our southern part, Martin Luther King or J Street or Highway 59. We need to provide incentive for developer to really help develop our southern part so that, everybody can enjoy quality of life in Merced.
Thank you.